Hello, this is Mary Lou Foster. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I live in Sulphur Springs, Texas, which is up in the northeast corner of the state between Dallas and Texarkana. How are you? I know you probably have been missing me. I'm so sorry. Things just get really busy sometimes, and my recordings and sharings kind of take a hit as a result of that. So I thought while I had time, I would show you some Christmas cards that we've been making in class. This card features the sophisticated Sled bundle. When I first saw it, I was pretty sure I was going to get it because my mother grew up in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and ice skating was their thing, and snow sledding. Of course, living in Texas, we don't get much ice and snow, hardly none, in fact. I did buy my kids a little red sled one time, and they actually did get to use it a time or two, but trust me, nothing like in the real snow countries. But this sophisticated sled bundle is still available. I will post links so that you'll have the information if you would like to purchase this. I also, if you make a purchase through my online store, I will send you the instructions for this card. I have extra card kits. I could offer to send you a card kit. You'll have to request that. So you can just email me. My email information is pretty easy. My name is Mary Lou Foster, and my email is maryloufoster74@yahoo.com, or my website, maryloufoster.stampinup.net. Pretty easy. If you know my name, maryloufoster.com gets you to my blog. So it's a kind of a neat way to keep it consistent. So this is a really cute fun fold card, and it uses some paper called the Iconic Christmas. So let me show you. It's 6x6 paper. I believe. I thought I had a paper share for that, but of course, because I want it, I can't find it. But I do have the package of Iconic paper. Hold, please. And I was going to look and see if this is one that's in the catalog or if this is an online exclusive. I always forget to check on that before I start. Oh, it's an online exclusive. Sophisticated Sled. But the paper is in the catalog. So it's 6x6 paper, and it comes packaged with this piece on the front. So you're like, well, I don't know if I can use that or not. But when you take out the individual sheets, you have candy canes and greenery. You can celebrate New Year's and Valentine's. Look, it has heart paper. I have to remember to use that. It has acorns for the fall. And then a fall, what color is that? Cajun Craze, I think. I did not remember to use that. I got it because of this. I just love plaids. I think I am Scottish by heritage. Whenever I had a great uncle who did genealogy and traced back the family line, either to Ireland or Scotland, and Logan is my maiden name, and that's a pretty strong Scottish lineage. And I love plaids. So, kind of funny to say it must run in the blood. This is just peace on earth. You know, we need peace on earth, don't we? Just looking at that kind of makes you feel calm. There's a story about a dove and why that's important. It goes back to Genesis. And then that's just a happy celebration paper with stars. We're going to use a striped piece for this card. The card base is cut a little differently. It's cut at 5.5 and at 7. No, it's square. Can you believe that? 5.5 by 5.5. But this one is scored at 1 1/4. So that makes your 4 1/4 inch card, which is what we're used to seeing. And you can see the finished product. When you look at that card, you think, oh, that's just a regular size card. Well, yes and no. We're going to do some magic to it. So the PDF instructions will give you the cutting instructions. And I'm going to, oh, look, it's got a Christmas tree on the back. And so when you have these kind of fun fold cards, you have to be very careful about where you are applying your adhesive. Notice I didn't put it way over here. And you know what? I should have put it so my trees aren't going to be upside down on the inside. Oh, well, I'll have to fix it later because I'm going to go with it for right now. See, my trees are upside down, but that's okay. And then I've got a piece. It's on Misty Moonlight. I mean, kind of a non-traditional. I'm going to make this be one of my Christmas cards. It could be just a winter card, but I have a center panel here that is matted. It's basic white matted on Misty Moonlight. And I always like to put adhesive on all 4 sides. Just kind of me. If you hear scratching, I have the hall door closed. We have new cats that think my craft room is their playroom. Alrighty, so I have a sled and I have already stamped it and die cut it. Crumb cake, early espresso. Use the cool thing about these dies, you could use just the piece of crumb cake, cut a detail piece, and make a sled without doing any stamping. Some people like to do that. Oh, you know what? I'm going to need these little guys. So we have lots of little pieces. And I hate it when my fingernails just will not pick up the die. I use a magnet sheet, and let me tell you, that is a magnet sheet. All right, so we're going to stamp some skates, and we're going to stamp them in Misty Moonlight. There are details that we're going to add to these skates. You could just leave it stamped. And just kind of stamp it in the middle of my... And then we're going to die cut it. While I have that in place, I'm going to add a piece of washi tape to hold it in place. Close this so I don't stick my finger in it. And I'm going to die cut off camera so I'm not bringing it right in your face. We'll get our skates die cut. And I have already cut out, I've die cut the laces, and because they're little bitty detail dies, I have put adhesive sheet on the back of the piece that I cut it out of. So I'm not having to try to put adhesive on these little bitty details. The cool thing about it, I've got to get it out of the die. It has the holes in your die, so there's one of them. And here's the other one. Oh, I thought it would stick to my finger, but oh no. So when you look at this, you're like, good grief, what is all those pieces? What are all those pieces? But then you can see it just kind of lines up there. And I want to be sure and get this little piece off so it will lay flat. And other than the adhesive sheet, I don't have any magic for how that works. And then I noticed that I have a piece that I can die cut the blades out of. I saved me a big enough spot. I did not. On my, so if you wanted to, you could use silver. And I went looking for my silver yesterday, and I could not find it. I think I have some. Oh, here. I have a piece right here. You know what? I think we're going to want some adhesive on the back of that. So I just sort of eye it up and stick me a piece on there. It has creases, but I don't see them. So the fun part is trying to find a place to peel off the backing paper. Do you have a problem with that sometimes? Yeah. I'm sure there's a secret to it. I haven't figured that one out yet. But let me tell you, this is a great tip. It's worth the time. Oops. I wasn't sure which side had the sticky. Stick that on there. And yeah, I'm going to cut a little piece out instead of sending this whole piece through the die cutting machine. I do want to make sure I've got as much. And it doesn't have to be solid on that little piece, but enough that it'll stick without you having to add extra adhesive. All right, let this run through. There's that. Of course, it left my pieces over here on the die cutting plate because that's what happens. Take that off. I'm going to go ahead and remove that little piece, and you can see how well worn that is. It works just fine. It does not leave marks on my stuff. That's my benchmark of. And now I'll pull that little backing piece off, and I can apply my skate blade. Look at the very end. Of course, it didn't have the sticky on it, but I can fix that in just a second. Let's see. So this time it's the front end that doesn't have it. Of course, I didn't learn to skate. I don't roller skate very well, and I'm pretty sure I would not ice skate well at all. I'm going to trim this off since we have the laces taking up some real estate there. How about that? I'm going to build my little scene on my sled, and then I'll mount my sled on dimensionals. And I have already cut out greenery, and like in your mind, just use quote marks around that word, because as you can see, I have die cut it out of Misty Moonlight, because after all, this is a Misty Moonlight sophisticated sled card. And I'm not going to stick it really hard right now since I don't have my little background piece ready yet. And then this will go, and I'm not going to put them on dimensionals because I want my sled to be on dimensionals, so I don't want to keep adding. You know what? I believe I would like a glue dot underneath my bow. So my plan is to make 2 or 3 videos using this bundle, because I did a class. It was one of the product-based classes. So I have cards. I always cut extra. All right. Let's get that off of there. and do some dimensionals under the sled. So have you started your Christmas cards yet? I can't say that I have officially started my Christmas cards, but I've been doing Christmas card classes since July. And since I do cut extras, I have accumulated cards. There's not yet one that I'm going to mass produce this one to be my Christmas card. Okay. Let's go ahead and stick this on our card. So we have got so many pretty things in this new mini catalog that it's kind of hard to pick and choose just one. Don't make me choose just one. And of course, when I send cards, my recipients don't necessarily know that they didn't get the same one that the next guy got. All right, find my little Let It Snow. I guess this one is it. Oh, there it is, hiding underneath there. It is stamped in Misty Moonlight, and it is in the stamp set. I tried to, except for the inside sentiment, when I do these product-based classes, if you get it to go, I don't want you to have to substitute a whole bunch of things. So I try to use the stamps that are in the stamp set. Let It Snow. And how about if we put a dimensional out here on this end? And a little bit of adhesive. I don't want to cover up the hole yet because I'm going to tie a linen thread bow. And yes, I stuck it down before I did that. I did that on purpose because once it's stuck down, it's way easier to manage and to tie instead of fighting with it beforehand. I kind of want my bow to go that direction. Kind of up and down the card. And cut my tail about the same. Righty, and I'm going to embellish these with these pecan pie and clear ribboned adhesive back dots because it has the pecan pie. Well, there's no pecan pie on this card. We did early espresso and crumb cake, but you know what? It is going to look fabulous because I said so. I bet that scared you, didn't it? Let's put extra ones. Let's put a bigger one right here. What is that? Let It Snow. For some reason, I don't have the inside piece. I think I forgot to give it to them. It might have been discussed in the class. All right, so that piece, you know what? I'm going to cut this one just a little bit smaller so I don't have to fight with it. So that means 3 3/4 by 5. That'll still give you plenty of room to write, to sign your name. And then I'm going to have to do something creative to fix my upside down Christmas trees. But what I think I'll do, where did I lay that paper? I think I may take a piece of one of these. Which one should I take? Ooh. What if I do this one? Alrighty, so I will cut a piece. Oh. Get my inside decorated for you. And I'm going to push it a little bit closer to the fold than usual. Like that. And the sentiment that we stamped on the inside. May your days be happy, your heart be light. You know what? I think I'm going to do that one in early espresso. Your Christmas merry and the new year bright. Yes. Alrighty. I think I might have put some snowflakes. And did I find the snowflakes? Quite possibly not. Because I've used these. Oh, there they are. In other classes, so things get rearranged over the course of the months. There you go. All right. So what do you think? Let It Snow Sophisticated Sled card. You put that banner up. We're using the bundle. Like I said, I will link all of this so that you have the supplies that you'll need. It's an online exclusive. The paper is in the catalog. Iconic Celebrations or Iconic Christmas. I have to look. I think I gave it the wrong name. All right. That's all I had for you today. I appreciate your time, and I hope you have a wonderful day. See ya.